Adrian College impacted my life so profoundly. I was able to be engaged in so many activities on campus just from the start of one invitation. For that simple invitation, I was able to be part of student government. I decided to be part of the dance team, joined a sorority, and so many other experiences that I wouldn't have been able to take part of if I wasn't engaged by just one individual. Along the way, I had the opportunity to talk with many professors and have them as great advisors to me throughout my career in Adrian and throughout my life as an individual working in the field of education. I'm very grateful to all of those individuals that have helped me get to where I am today.
We have to motivate our lives and we have to motivate our youth because we don't want them to go through the same things they put us through. We have to be different and live better lives.
Hi, I'm Anton Horton, exercise science major. I'll be graduating in December and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I chose to come to Adrian College because the high school that I went to, it had about 500 students. It was small classroom sizes. I was able to visit this campus in high school. Once I got to the campus, I loved the way that it looked. The classroom sizes were, kind of the same classroom sizes that I was used to from high school. So I felt like this place would be perfect for me. My freshman year, I came in with about 20 individuals from Detroit, Michigan. My sophomore year, a lot of those students left. We come to graduate, we spend money to come here. Our parents invest in our education. I believe that retention of African-American students is very important. I believe that we all come to college to create a better opportunity for ourselves. And I believe that Brothers in Action has been an organization here that gives students the opportunity to pretty much struggle and also become successful because they've learned how to deal with those struggles. Students who join Brothers in Action see a major shift in their GPA. Students from all backgrounds can get involved. We motivate students, inspire students. We want students to develop networking skills, communication skills. Coming to Adrian College, at first it was kind of tough for me. I received a letter from Bridget Winslow my freshman year, kind of telling me that, if you don't get it together, if you don't get things together, then there's a possibility you won't be here the next semester. But that letter has led to the relationship that I have with Bridget Winslow. She's the one I can go talk to about anything. She's the one who gives me great motivation and encourages me to push through. She also gives that motivation to a lot of students in our organization.
Anton is a very unique individual. He's compassionate yet has a competitive edge, which is very fun to watch because he pushes his peers to reach outside their comfort zones and pushes them to be more than I think they can even be.
And I think that showing that you care for a student helps the students in so many different ways. President Dawkins, being able to talk to your president. I can't stress enough the importance of having a relationship with your faculty and staff. You know, at other schools, students will never be able to talk or meet their president, their vice president, or their dean. It's a different kind of vibe here that helps me think and pushes me to want to be the best leader that I can be. A tip that I'll give you guys is that it's okay to be a leader. It's okay to be different. We need more leaders in this world today, but we need people who think on their own and can help encourage others. There's too much bad things going on in our world today. So if you want to be a leader, you can be a leader. After graduation, I plan on joining the military. I'll be gone for about 5 months. After I come back from the military, I will then attend Wayne State University to pursue a master's in education leadership. One day I would like to be a principal, then eventually be superintendent. I would love to be the superintendent of Detroit Public Schools one day. And I believe that that's my passion, and I believe that's my calling. So I will be the superintendent of Detroit Public Schools one day.
We have to start winning and stop thinking about defeat. We have to keep pushing until our goals are complete. We have to chase greatness to get rid of the pain. We have to stop just doing things and start using our brains. We have to work so hard they start thinking we insane, and then one day those same people gonna remember our names. We have to start being ourselves and forget about being everybody, because we are somebody.
My name is Steve Gregg. I graduated in 1968 from Adrian. The college had a great impact on my life. I first got a great education here, and even more importantly, I met my wife here. She was in the class of '69, and we were married in the college chapel. It's a great experience, Adrian College.
There's no program, I think, in the history of rowing that's built a boathouse of this caliber as a first-year team. I think that's reflected not just in the boathouse. The equipment is top-notch, with this brand new fleet of phenomenal boats, as well as having, a team of 25 recruits plus, another 20 walk-ons, to where we're now, a first-year team of 45 men and women, which again is a lot for a first-year program. So, really excited. I think we're in a great place in year one. Really excited to see where we go from here.
So the reason why I joined is because I love the dedication that the school is putting into the new program. The fact that they put so much money into the brand new boathouse that they're going to go all out.
I've always wanted to row in college. Ever since I started rowing, it was kind of one of my goals. And Adrian's the only place that I found that really felt like home, where I could have a good education and row. I love the erg room because it's like we have the deck to look out on, and it kind of makes the 6 a.m. practices a lot better.
We talk a lot about the program values. Among those are, grit, just, a toughness, also, an excellence, being your best self, bringing your best effort to everything you do, being great teammates. We talk a lot about gratitude, just.
which is getting the top 25 national competition, as I am joined by Megan Abbey here in the booth.
Thanks for having me tonight, Ryan.
Oh, it's a great day for soccer.
It definitely is. It's a beautiful field right now. It's looking amazing, and hopefully another victory tonight.
It would be a continue the program best 6-0 as on the opposing side of the field for Rochester, head coach Joey Tian for Rochester recently coached for Adrian last year, as he spent a few years. Soccer with the girls team playing a few times, guys team playing on last Saturday, and now playing tonight. But we're getting ready to start this one here in the first half. Rochester coming in, not having a shutout this year. Adrian having 3. Rochester will start with the ball, and we are just about ready for some Monday evening soccer. Signal from the ref. Past the Adrian looking to gain early shot here. over to 15, dominating. Sideline. Adrian now in possession. Throwing up towards the Bulldogs. Down, and it's going to be deflected out by the Warriors. Bulldog defenders still alive. The Warriors will still have control. Burns it's going to be number 14. Goose it's going to be deflected out of bounds. And they're going to go off the Bulldogs. Throwing coming to the far corner. It's going to be sent in. Trajectory. Adrian had a shot there to take it away, and the Warriors over to Rochester's looking to gain control as they'll turn it over. Taken away there by the ball sent down for Adrian. Number 6, getting a good look. That's going to be Zach Combs, but he'll be taken down. And call a foul. The Bulldogs still have possession. Getting into Warrior territory. We have 40-25 to play here in the first half. Just over the net. It was Brennan Koziel on the header opportunity, but he couldn't control it as it just missed the crossbar. Wyatt Chun will send it away, letting his players get downfield as the first real opportunity came here for the Bulldogs. As it's going to be sent right back down into Warrior territory. Crosser coming in, and it's going to go across the field and out of bounds, and the refs will call it out on Adrian as Elliott Hughes couldn't find a target there to connect the pass. throw-in sent in, and it's going to be taken away initially by Adrian, and then they will finally control it as they'll send it back down to their goaltender to get things reset. Spencer Brown with the left foot sends it down as Rochester they will hold possession as that's going to go out of bounds off of Zach Combs of the Bulldogs. Chun, the sophomore goaltender for Rochester, will send it down the field as it's going to be off of number 33, Nikki Goignage, and Rochester holding possession as this one will be sent down, and Spencer Brown there to pick it up. Pretty even start here in this one. In Kepnick Field and Docking Stadium, we have 0-0 between the Adrian College Bulldogs and the Rochester, Michigan Warriors. A battle for it at about midfield as Rochester comes out with it. As they will turn it over there. Number 2 with the deflection, Brennan Koziel, who had the almost header opportunity earlier a few minutes ago. And the ball will be taken away by Rochester. The Warriors with it, looking for a crease in the defense, none to be found. And number 23 for Adrian, Brad Squires, sends it away. Back into Rochester territory, but they will hold possession, and a foul called on the Bulldogs. Rochester will reset their offense. This one a laser off of his own player, and it's going to be turnover in their own zone. Adrian looking for an opportunity, none to be found though, as number 20 had the deflection there, Robbie Precious, as Adrian with the takeaway, but Rochester regaining possession right back. Out of bounds off of number 9, Elliot Hughes. Number 13 for Rochester, Nathan Transow, will throw it in. They'll give it to a cutting Lucas College, as this one's sent down by Transow, but it's going to go out of bounds, and Adrian will take possession. This one's sent down by Adams, and it's a beautiful pass. Looking for number 6, that's Zach Combs, but he's going to be battled off the ball. And it's going to be Rochester possession, as that was a picture-perfect pass there. Once again, Transow will inbound it for the Warriors, as they can't gain a steady possession. Can the Warriors, but the Bulldogs will send it out of bounds, and Rochester will take the ball right back. Ball gets deflected up a few times off of a couple different Warrior defenders, and Rochester finally regains possession. Here comes Rochester the other way. That's going to be number 14, Donnell Grierson, but he'll lose possession as the ball gets deflected, ricocheting between a Bulldog defender and a Warrior offenseman, but Rochester in the end will hold possession. Until now, as they turn it over, Adrian coming back the other way. They will keep it inbounds on the far side. Ball sent in, but to no Bulldogs. But it's going to be deflected off the Warriors. Inbound coming for Adrian, as we'll have a throw-in. Looking for someone, as it's going to go over the head of the intended target, and the Rochester defender will just boot it up in the air. Adrian, however, will hold possession for the time being, as they're going along the far side. And there's going to be a foul called. That's going to be on Louis Byrne of Rochester. The senior defenseman will be called for a little too much contact there. A good opportunity here for Adrian. They got one of their 2 goals in their last game against the University of Michigan Dearborn by one of these set pieces just like this. Ball will be sent down on the ground. Not the best attempt as Rochester coming back the other way. A lot of open room as the ball will be sent in one-on-one, but a beautiful defensive play there for Adrian as the defenders closed in on Otis Reynolds for Rochester as he was looking to have a good opportunity one-on-one with Spencer Brown. Rochester with possession. Ball will be sent in, and it's going to be deflected off of McGregor Adams. And it's going to be a corner kick upcoming for Rochester. The Warriors now with one of their best opportunities coming up. It's going to be Grierson taking the corner for Rochester as he'll switch spots with Louis Colecci. Corner incoming, and it's going to be headed on and just wide. Richard Humphrey had a good look at it for Rochester, but to no avail. And the scoreboard remains deadlocked 0-0. Brown will send it away as it's going to be deflected up. Battling for possession right now are the Warriors and the Bulldogs. Adrian comes up with it. It'll be sent down, but the goalkeeper there to gobble it up, that's Wyatt Chun. As he'll drop kick it as it's going to go up, and no one will be able to head it successfully, but Rochester will turn it over. A nice play there by number 2, Koziel, coming through, sends it down, was looking for number 5, Dylan Mines, but couldn't connect the pass. Ball sent down. Number 7 for Adrian with the header. Rochester looking for some sort of offensive rhythm, none to be found there. As Adrian with a swarming defense those past few possessions and a turnover, a pass right to an Adrian defender. As the ball will be deflected out, they're going to call it off of Rochester. That was Nathan Transow, who was the last one to touch it. Brennan Koziel takes a few steps and will have a throw-in, but it's going to be out of bounds and off of a Warrior defender. Another inbound coming here for Koziel. The 5'9" senior sends it in, and that one is once again going to be off of a Warrior defender, and Adrian just keeps advancing the ball little by little up the field. Ball sent in. Koziel controls it. Gives it to number 9 in the corner. Will send it across her, and it's going to be deflected out off of Rochester. And they're going to have a throw-in coming. Brennan Koziel, the senior from Trenton, Michigan, will be the one throwing it in, as Rochester will send it out after the throw-in. Adrian jousting for possession right now, and they will end up with it. The crosser sent in, and it's going to be just over the net. It was looking like a crossing attempt, and then the ball just kept sailing to the net, but it just missed high. And we almost had a 1-0 lead for the Adrian College Bulldogs, as that was a beautiful strike. Chun sends it away, and it's going to be deflected. Adrian looking for possession, as number 6 for the Bulldogs, Zach Combs, will just send it on net, and an easy stop there for Wyatt Chun. Kicks sent along, and Rochester looked initially like they were going to have possession, and now they will end up coming away with it. Number 2 scampering back for it, that's Louis Byrne, and his pass will be deflected off of Adrian, and the Warriors remain with possession. Burns sends it in, and it's going to be completed, and then it's going to go bounce back, deflected over to Byrne. He'll just send it down, and it's going to be Spencer Brown stopping it there, and he'll pass it along over to number 7, McGregor Adams. He's looking for somewhere to go with the ball, as he'll send it away with his right foot, and it's going to be deflected by Rochester. And a good offensive opportunity there for the Bulldogs, but the ball will be taken away by the Warriors, and they will hold possession until they will turn it over. They're out of bounds, as that last break was looking good. Brad Squires was looking like he had a one-on-one opportunity, but it was a good defensive play for Rochester. Ball deflected out. Nice play by McGregor Adams to deflect it off of the Rochester defender. And the ball will be sent out of bounds off of Rochester. Adrian with the ball here. 26:36 to play in the first half, as number 13, Transow, will be sent down, and they're going to call a foul on Adrian. That was on number 9, Elliott Hughes. Free kick up coming for Rochester. It'll be sent down, but right to 2 Bulldogs. Adrian with possession, as they're going to bounce it around between a few different players until they turn it over. Was looking like a good offensive set was developing for the Bulldogs, but nothing to come out of it. Throw-in will be turned over by Rochester, as Adrian takes it away off of the throw-in. Adams over to Koziel, as he was looking for number 9, Elliott Hughes. They're going to call a foul on Transow, and Adrian will hold possession. Adams will take the free kick. The sophomore defender from Novi, Michigan, stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. The free kick incoming, and it's going to be deflected out of the box. Rochester will send it back down, but right to an Adrian defender, as number 18 for the Warriors fans on it, and the Bulldogs still trying to get control of the ball. No one really with clear possession yet. Ball will be sent down. Number 3 heads it for the Warriors, but Adams back to take it, and he'll send it over to Spencer Brown. Brown toying with the defender a bit, as he'll send it over, as Adams will initially looking like it's going to be a turnover, but number 2 there, Koziel, to save it. Rochester turning it back over to the Bulldogs initially, and they will end up holding possession. Number 29 with it, that's Dylan Wismont. It's going to be Weissmont. Adams along the left sideline sends it over to Combs. As Brown will send it down halfway through the field, as Rochester will take it away from Adrian. It'll be sent down into the box. And Rochester looking like they had a break there. It was number 14, Donnell Grierson, as he came up limping a little bit, but he had a good-looking opportunity there, as it looked like Rochester was trying to make something out of nothing and came close. Brown with the left-legged boot down the length of the field, but it'll get deflected right back to him. He'll just eventually end up picking it up. Looking like Adrian's trying to set something up down the field. Once again, this one's sent down as it's going to bounce, and Adrian trying to get behind the Rochester defense as there's going to be a foul called. That's going to be on Richard Humphrey, the senior defenseman from Mount Clemens, Michigan, and Adrian will take possession. As we approach 20 minutes to play here in the first half. A shade over it as the free kick will be sent in, and it's going to be headed, but it's going to go wide of the net as we've got 3 substitutes coming in for the Bulldogs. That's going to be number 3, Grant Peering, number 4, Austin Andres, and number 19, Logan Thomas. Check me, that wasn't number 19, Logan Thomas. That was number 14, Francesco Cusimano. As the free kick will be sent away by Chun, but it's going to bounce back to him, and he'll make a risky snag at it, but he'll end up holding possession. Pretty even throughout here. And Adrian, as the Bulldogs and the Warriors doing battle, as that's going to trickle out of bounds, and they're going to call it in possession of the Bulldogs as they're going to try to get it quickly sent out. But Rochester's defense making a heads-up play there to not have any of it. As Grierson trying to make a play himself. He's going to set it up to number 15 as that'll be deflected out by Spencer Brown. But Dominic Nikaj looking like he had a break there coming, and he had no one between him and the goaltender. But a heads-up play by the senior goaltender to come out of the box and send that away as we have an injured Warrior on the field.
I think it's definitely been a very back and forth game so far. We've been playing for about 35 minutes, maybe 25.
It has.
In playtime, it's on 25, and it's been back and forth up and down the entire field the entire time, and it's definitely a good game to watch.
Oh, it's very entertaining so far, as there's really no one gaining an upper hand. Kind of seems like possession's been 50-50 split down the middle between these two, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. There's been a couple of really good shots towards the goal, too, which have also been deflected, which means we have some very good goalies out here with some good experience.
Oh, yeah, Spencer Brown and Wyatt Chun playing at the top of their game today.
Looks like he might be being tested for a concussion right now.
Yeah, looks like might have collided heads if he went up for a header. That's Nathan Transow for the Warriors being checked at. He's a big player for this Rochester defense, a senior starter.
Like he's good right now. He just gave us a thumbs up, but
they're going to take him off the field. Or will they? It seems like they will for now. As number 18, Francisco Alvarez, will get the play going again here in Docking Stadium. As number 20 racing for it, that's Robbie Precious, and he'll send it down the field. And they are going to keep Transow in after all. Must have passed the test, as it appears he's fine for now, as the Bulldogs and the Warriors doing battle here. Rochester with control, as they're looking for something down the middle of the field. Nothing happened. And a takedown there from number 19, Joshua McLegan for Rochester, and it's going to be a foul called. Free kick upcoming here for Adrian. Ball sent down by Adams, and it's going to be headed up into the box, as it's going to be deflected, and an opportunity there for Adrian as the shot got on net, but it was stopped by Chun. And another good opportunity there for Adrian. As that was a good-looking developing play, as the free kick goes down the length of the field. And Adrian will hold possession. Ball will be sent back, as it's going to be sent to the opposite side of the field by Spencer Brown. Rochester's defense passing it around a little bit as they're going to try to send it up. And Adams coming in with a flying kick and the takeaway. Here come the Bulldogs the other way, as that's going to be a developing opportunity for Austin Andrews, but Rochester's defense swarmed him, and it got deflected off of Austin. As the throw-in will just go right out of bounds, and a lackadaisical turnover there for Rochester, and Adrian will take back control of the ball. Ball kicked up high, and it's going to be out on Rochester. That was Josiah McLegan who last touched it. As Alex Ofemu boots it out of bounds for Rochester, and another throw-in coming for the Bulldogs. Not a whole lot of space to work with once you get into these two defensive zones for both Adrian and Rochester. The defenses have been very stout tonight, as a header from well outside the box will be easily stopped by Chun. This one sent up by Chun, and it's going to be come down with for Rochester, as we're looking for an attack on offense, but we'll turn it over, as Adrian now initially had possession for a second, but the Warriors will take it right back, and then they'll give it back to the Bulldogs. Throw in for Adrian, as it's going to go to Austin Andrews, as the one-timer was set up for number 3, Grant Pirine, but he just sent it wide, and a good-looking opportunity there for Adrian. And coming for the Warriors is going to be the freshman forward, Nicholas Lulage. goal kick here for the Warriors. Deflected up. And deflected up a second time, for this time from Adrian, but the Bulldogs will take possession of the ball. This one's sent down by Translau. He's looking for McCleggan. That was Grierson. As he's battling for possession of the ball, he'll get it over to number 33 for the Warriors as he'll send it in. It's going to bounce off of the goalpost, actually, and then off the crossbar, so it's going to be out of bounds. And a good-looking opportunity there for Nicky Guillenage for Rochester. As number 11, Dayton Rush, comes off the field for Adrian. Brown will send it away for him for his goal kick, and a couple heads go after it for the Warriors and the Bulldogs. But Adrian comes up with it. Number 3, Grant Peterine, will send it to the other side of the field, and it's going to be out of bounds on Adrian. As a throw-in for Rochester's, it's going to try to pierce the Adrian zone. Deflected off of an Adrian defender that appeared to be Amir Karkic. Ball sent back in off of the throw-in, but it's going to be taken back by Adrian. Racing for it was Brennan Koziel, and he'll just let it go out of bounds as number 19, Josiah McCleggan, couldn't get up to it. Throw-in sent in by Adrian as the Bulldogs battle for possession. As Pirine will get the ball deflected off of him, and Rochester will have a throw-in upcoming here. Still knotted up 0-0 here in the first half in Docking Stadium. As the sun's starting to go down a little bit, as there's a collision at midfield, no foul called. Refs called clean play, but Rochester with it. As the Warriors trying to get a hold of it. And there's going to be an offsides called on Adrian. That was Franco Cusamano getting a little too eager. Excuse me, that was actually number 29, Dylan Wismont. Adrian now with a takeaway here on defense. Battle upcoming here of the left foot set in off the post. A great opportunity for Adrian. Austin Andres almost makes it 1-0 with the left foot, but just a little too much on it as it sent it just wide. As Dylan Weisman comes off the field. Ball sent away. Rochester, that's going to be Translow racing for it. He's going to send it over to Logan Thomas down the field to Donnell Grierson. As he'll send it back to the other side, was looking for number 8. AJ Santivy, but couldn't get the pass connected. Adrian holding possession here. As slipping over the ball, that's going to be an Adrian defender, but a foul will be called on Rochester after it looked like they had a takeaway brewing. And the Bulldogs now have a free kick upcoming just behind midfield. Ball sent down, and it's going to be headed up in the air as a Warrior and a Bulldog battle for it, but Adrian comes down with it. This one coming down the far sideline as number 4, Austin Andrews, looking for it but couldn't get control of the ball. And a foul upcoming there as a Warrior offenseman takes a tumble there. Rochester with it as we have 10 minutes and some change remaining. In the first half, this ball sent down, but too much on it as it's going to be easily played by Spencer Brown. He'll give it over to McGregor Adams. Back down the other length of the field looking for Pirine. Coming down the left side, and that's going to be deflected away as Richard Humphrey had the defense for the Warriors. Throw-in coming, and it's going to just go wide of the net. Not near really anyone there on that throw-in from Pirine. Wyatt Chun letting his team get down to about midfield, and he'll send it away there. It's going to be deflected off of a Warrior head and out of bounds. Quickly sent in by Adrian as they're looking to catch the Rochester defense sleeping. Couldn't do it there, but it's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be off of Transow. And Adrian with the ball as they're going to try to come in from a wide set, but not enough speed there from the Adrian offenseman, and Rochester takes control of the ball. Rochester, even at a 1-2-1 record, playing the Bulldogs very tough, as Adrian off to their best start in program history, as this has been pretty much neck and neck throughout. Still no goals on the board as there's a turnover in the Warrior zone. Bulldogs trying to look for something but couldn't find anything there, but they still have possession of the ball. It's going to be sent down, but it's going to go out of bounds off of Adrian. Almost a costly turnover there from the goaltender Wyatt Chun, as his pass didn't really find the mark. As Fadi Saab comes in, the 6'1 freshman from Dearborn, will take the place of Robbie Precious, the 5'11 sophomore from White Lake, Michigan. As that one's going to be deflected out of bounds. That's going to go off of Logan Thomas of the Bulldogs. Rochester with the throw-in will turn it over. Adrian with control. As Pirine couldn't control the pass. Number 19 had the interception. That was Josiah McCleggan. Transow was looking to send it the length of the field, but it got deflected off of Pirine and out of bounds off of Adrian. Noah Medina comes in, number 23 for Rochester, as the throw-in will go out of bounds. And Adrian will take control of the ball. First half winding down here. Adrian trying to start to move quicker, as they still just can't find really any rhythm on offense. Rochester with it. That's Noah Modena, who just came in, had the ball. The Warriors looking for some sort of offense, but a foul called on Adrian, as this one's going to be sent the length of the field, but it's going to be easily played by Logan Brown. Excuse me, Spencer Brown. As he'll drop kick this one, going down past midfield. Adrian battling for it as it's going to be deflected up, as there's going to be the ball deflected out of bounds off of Adrian, but they're going to call a foul on Rochester. And Adrian with a free kick coming up and in prime opportunity to have a set play in the box. Taking the free kick, it's Grant Pirine. The 6'1" sophomore looking to set up one of his teammates and see if Adrian can be the first to strike here in Kapnick Field in Docking Stadium. Sent in with the left foot, and it's going to be deflected up and out as Pirine was trying to keep it in the zone, could not, and now here come the Warriors the other way. As a beautiful slide tackle there by number 26, Tad Gabriel, and Adrian will settle it down. McGregor Adams with it. He'll go over to Koziel and he'll send it down to about midfield, but the Rochester Warriors take control. This one's sent back down, but it's going to be intercepted. Adrian trying to get something here late before the end of the first half, as it's going to be deflected to the far sideline, and it's going to go in possession of the Warriors. Quickly thrown in by number 33, Nikki Guillanage, and it's going to be turned back over, and Adrian will take control of the ball once more. As Wyatt Chun will come in and pick it up for the Warriors, as Adrian tried to send it in to number 4, Austin Andres. This one sent down off of the free kick. Off of the goal kick, as Adrian will hold possession as that one's going to be deflected off of a Warrior defender. As it'll be thrown in, but the whistle will blow, and they're going to have another throw-in coming from pretty much about the same spot. As both teams battle for it on the far sideline, Rochester will gain control, as the Bulldogs with an interception there. Sprinting down the field for Adrian is number 19, Logan Thomas. He'll send it over to number 28. Adrian looking to set something up from the far side, but it's going to be taken away. And that Rochester defense holding up strong against this high potent Adrian offense as a crosser set in. And a beautiful play there by Wyatt Shawn on a diving stop. And a corner upcoming for Adrian. It's going to be sent in by Pirine. 1:50 to play in the first half. Sent in. Header is going to go just above the bar. A prime opportunity there for the Bulldogs, but they couldn't cash in. As it was, Austin Andrews, who had the opportunity, as he's been very busy here in the first half. Still no goals to show for either squad, however. Rochester with possession of the ball. They're going to try to set something up from the far sideline and send it back over. As sprinting in there was Translau. He'll send it back over to number 23, sent in, and it's going to be deflected out of bounds, and it's going to go pretty much the length of the field to Rochester's defensive end. Clock will stop with 43.9 seconds to play, and then it'll restart as it's going to be thrown in. But Adrian trying to battle for possession. Ball sent in. It's going to be deflected to a Bulldog defender. Sent down the length of the field looking for Austin Andrews, but couldn't get it to him. Adrian, though, still with possession and trying to get something deep in the Rochester Warriors zone, but could not. And this ball will be sent down the length of the field from a Warrior defender. Spencer Brown with it, and it looks like he is just going to hold on to it for the end of the first half as the whistles blow and the first half comes to a close. And your Adrian College Bulldogs are knotted up with the Rochester, Michigan Warriors 0-0 here on the Adrian College TV.
My name is Charlie Penn. I'm a junior here at Adrian College. I'm a class of 2020. I'm a vocal performance major, and I'm from Jackson, Michigan. So I chose Adrian College because of the professors here and the opportunities that I knew would be available to me. I ended up coming into Adrian and sitting in on a class for a day. I had a mini vocal lesson. I got to sit on choir and also a class called French Diction, and it absolutely changed my perspective on Adrian College and really showed me the individualized attention that I would get here. And the faculty, when I first came in as a high school senior, made me feel like I was part of something more instead of just a number. My favorite thing about Adrian College would be the professors here on campus. They have really just given me so many opportunities that I never expected to have, and it's made the biggest difference in how I was able to learn and what I was able to learn. Adrian really allowed me to learn at my own pace but also catch up at the same time, and the professors really just want to see you succeed. So one way that I got involved on campus was joining choir. Recently even I joined the women's a cappella group that is brand new on campus, and also when I was a freshman I joined the Chi Omega sorority and the admissions team to be a student ambassador to give tours for the college and share my love of Adrian with everybody else. And really just getting involved in meeting so many new people has really made the world of difference. My two biggest mentors, hands down, are Dr. Boggs Clark and Philip Clark, and they are absolutely amazing. They've become like family to me.
Charlie is really a great example of a student who understands that being at a small school does not change how hard she needs to work and how much thirst for knowledge she needs to have for culture and concerts and operas. And you know, Charlie is one of these people that can't stop consuming music. And that's really something that we hope to instill in these students, and we are so proud to see Charlie setting the example on that.
The Adrian College Choir is built of many non-majors, so it's really critical that we have students that are able to lead all of these non-majors. Charlie Penn is one of these leaders that is imperative to the success of the choir.
It's not until other people start to believe in you and show you that yes, you actually have the potential to be able to do this for a living that you really start to believe it for yourself. And it's incredible to see your professors do their own thing and then come back to the classroom and tell you about it. And it's really inspiring to know that if you work hard enough and you want to learn and you want to put in the effort, that you can make it happen. Opera Uptown is a really cool event that we do here in the music department for the vocalist, and also our jazz combo comes and does some work with us too. It's a great performance opportunity to just get your new repertoire out there or to just sing and have fun, and it's really cool. I've been involved with Daybreak. They work with individuals who have age-related challenges, and I actually got to do a sing-along with them. It's really exciting, the opportunities that Adrian College gives you that you never would have thought you would have ended up doing. My goals for the future right now are to take a year off after I graduate with my bachelor's degree in vocal performance to keep studying voice and get some more performance experience under my belt. But I want to end up eventually being a professor of voice and teaching voice, diction classes, oral skills, all the music stuff at the higher level. I absolutely adore it. I found my passion through it, and that's what I want to do.
As soon as freshmen arrive on campus, career planning reaches out to engage students with our services. The Institute for Career Planning is making it easier for students and alumni to manage their professional careers through a career management system called Handshake. Through this system, we are able to connect students with national and international jobs, in addition to internships across all majors. Handshake is not just an employer connection tool. It also helps our office communicate with students about opportunities, upcoming events and programs, career resources, and connects them to mentors. The addition of Handshake takes our jobs and internships to the next level and will contribute to our students' success.
Being a hockey player myself, working for the Penguins was a dream come true for me. I did a lot of hands-on work for 3 days during training camp, the development camp, actually the rookie camp. I was with a camera all 3 days, filming them, basically working alongside a part-time employee doing exactly what she was doing, interviewing the players after the practices, after their scrimmages, and also doing stand-ups alongside Selena Pompiani, who helped train me on the summer too on the on-camera work.
I chose Adrian College, one for basketball and then also academics, seeing as Adrian College is one of the top schools in the Midwest, and they also have my graduate program here, so it benefits me to be able to get my master's within 5 years. Well, I currently work with Hans Bank. It's a small little company, Michigan-based, but I work in our smaller office in Tecumseh. I am a personal banker there who does common banking transactions, but since we have a smaller office, I tend to work more with client issues, open accounts, and I work with our branch manager and other financial planners with things that they need assistance with. Those things have really helped me and has set me up to be able to handle any challenges that life throws my way.
I was given the position of the marketing/digital media intern for the company Lenawee Now, which is the Economic Development Corporation here in Lenawee County. And I work closely with Sarah Stanley, who's the marketing manager, and we do a lot of social media content. I write a lot of blog posts, press releases, articles for the Daily Telegram, and that's really great for me for personal experience and professional experience because I'm trying to break into the field of journalism, which obviously is a lot of writing.
I started at Adrian completely unknown. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And so I took we were able to take so many different classes, and from there, I thought maybe I'd want to do business. My dad's a business guy, my mom's a physical therapist, oh, maybe I'll like something medical, and I literally took every possible different kind of class, and it led me to something medical, and so I thought maybe that I wanted to be a physical therapist initially. And so I started shadowing in the physical, within that, started taking exercise science classes. And from there, I decided I just wanted something more than that. I wanted to be able to treat more things, see more people, and that's where I really decided I wanted to do medicine.
The Institute for Career Planning is very proud to be front and center in contributing to the efforts of Adrian College to assist students in their future career preparation.
However, if you look at the shots, it tells another story. The shots were 8-2 Adrian. However, only 3 of those shots were Bulldogs finding net and Rochester not having to give Spencer Brown a real test, as he hasn't seen a shot on net for Rochester. So Adrian controlling the shot department, but possession has been about split 50-50, as we've still got another 45 minutes to play here in Docking Stadium. Sun pretty much down completely here to open up the second half, and Adrian trying to come out quick as they'll send a ball down the field. Battling for it is number 19 for the Bulldogs, and he'll end up with it, and it's going to be deflected out by Alex Ofimu, and Adrian will hold control of the ball. Number 25 with the inbound for Adrian, that's Fadi Sobe, and it's going to be deflected out of the box, and Rochester comes up with it. And it's going to be quickly turned over by the Bulldogs right back over to the Warriors, but they'll send it down, and it's going to be picked up by number 7, McGregor Adams. Adrian looking for their first real possession of the second half, as they couldn't get anything going there. And the Warriors take it right back off of a Adrian turnover. This one sent the length of the field, but Spencer Brown having to come out and play it. Adrian with it. We are still scoreless here. Megan Abbey joins me in the booth here in Docking Stadium. 0-0 in the second half. And that ball will sail out of bounds. And Rochester with it. As number 2 will inbound Louis Byrne, and it's going to be, he was looking for number 19, Josiah McLegan, but it deflected off of him and out of bounds. Adrian takes control. Rochester with it, and then they're going to turn it over quickly as Adrian will take control. This ball sent down the right sideline, and they were looking for something. And Adrian with a takeaway in Rochester territory, a crosser coming. It's going to be deflected by number 11, Nate Lake, for Adrian, and it's going to go out of bounds off of him, and Rochester will hold strong on defense there. Warriors moving the ball up the field, still holding possession, as that inbound was deflected out by Adrian, and a second inbound coming, and that one's going to be airmailed, and the Bulldogs will send it up in the air. Smart heads-up play there on the far sideline by a Bulldog, leading to trail out of bounds. Score still knotted up at 0. A Bulldog hits the deck. No foul called, as Adrian's defense initially didn't look like they know who wanted to pick up the ball, and it was headed down the field by number 3 of the Warriors. As Adrian now holding possession, looking for some opening on offense, as both defenses have pretty much closed up everything, as there's really not been a lot of room to roam for either of these offenses. Here come the Bulldogs the other way, as they'll drop it back and send it back to their defense. It's going to be sent up, as they were looking for number 6, Zach Combs, and the goalie had for Rochester, Wyatt Chun, had to come out of his box, and then couldn't use his hands, and then had to head it, and luckily he was able to get it far enough to the side, as the Adrian will have a throw-in up coming. The Bulldogs with it, and it's going to be deflected out. They're going to call it out on number 26 of the Bulldogs, Tad Gabriel. Throw-in coming here from Louis Colecci for Rochester. The Warriors working it around. They're going to go to the far sideline as that pass will be mishit severely by the Warriors, and it's going to sail out of bounds. And a quick break looming here for Rochester, but the flag goes up by the far sideline judge, and they're going to call offsides on the Warriors. Rochester's lone tie came in a 0-0 game, so they're no stranger to games like these. However, they're not going to call a foul there on the battle for the ball. Rochester gains control of the ball. Adrian really hasn't been involved in many close games so far this season, as there's going to be a foul called on Rochester. No, they're going to call that on Adrian, actually. It's going to be on Grant Pedron. It's me, Zach Combs. Rochester with it. Adrian's pretty much controlled possession throughout the majority of this opening of the second half. Contrary to the first half, as it was pretty much 50-50 even. As this ball's sent down for the Warriors, as here comes number 18 on the far side, try to have a back heel pass, but no one there. Warriors, however, still with possession. Ball sitting at midfield as it's going to be sent in. There goes number 15 for Rochester. He's looking for some opening to go, and just a swarmy defense, but the ball is going to be deflected out. And then having a crack at it was Josiah McCleggan, but he'll send it wide. And a goal kick upcoming here for Spencer Brown. This one sent down to midfield as Rochester will take it from there. As the Warriors passing it around a little bit, as it's going to end up falling to number 14, Donnell Grierson, as he'll come down the far sideline, as he'll be taken down, and they're going to call it a clean play. However, a corner kick coming up for Rochester, and one of their best opportunities of the game coming right here. Corner kicks were split 1-1 in the first half. This is the first one of the second. As it's going to be sent away into the box, and it's going to be deflected a few times, and it's going to come out to Spencer Brown, and he makes a nice play having to pick that up. And he'll boot it away, looking for Combs, as he'll hit the deck, and they're going to call a foul on Rochester, as it looked like him and Nathan Tranzau's feet got tangled up. Free kick upcoming, as we have two players back for the Bulldogs, and then pretty much everyone else surrounding the box, as it's going to be sent in, as it's going to be deflected out by the Warriors. That was number 7 making the defensive play, Richard Humphrey, as we have a injured Warrior player on the play, as that ball was rocketed right off him.
Seems like they're not having the best night tonight, are they?
No, yeah, I know. The second Rochester player to go down. As that gives us a stoppage of play with 36:05 remaining. And we are still knotted up here 0-0 in Docking Stadium. As getting up and walking off under his own power is McCleggan for the Warriors, and that's a good sight to see. As coming in for Rochester will be number 8, AJ Santavi. Adrian with possession along the far sideline. They're going to work it up around midfield as it's going to be taken away. Here comes Rochester the other way, deflected out. And this one will be sent down towards the near sideline. And then picking up for Adrian is number 26. As he'll send it over to number 20, then to number 21. Waiting for it was Justin Tobin. Adrian working the ball around. Good passing here, and that one will be deflected out off of the Warriors. This one will be thrown in. Combs with it on the far side, and he'll hit the deck, and no foul called. Getting it up and almost having a takeaway was Zach Combs. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. This one sent down. Waiting for it is number 26, Tad Gabriel. As his pass will be no one home for the Bulldogs, and it'll be intercepted by the Warriors. Rochester battling here with the Adrian College Bulldogs. As a foul called as number 14, Donnell Grierson, will be called for tripping up number 26, Tad Gabriel. Taking the free kick for Adrian, it is going to be Robbie Precious, and he'll send it down into the box, and it's going to be headed, and Adrian will score! A beautiful play into the box, and I believe deflecting that in was number 29 on the play, Dylan Wismount, the 5'10 freshman, getting up in the box. And Adrian will finally crack the Rochester defense. And the Bulldogs lead 1-0 with 33-34 to play in the second half. Let's see how Rochester will respond and bounce back, as they have played the Bulldogs very tough. Rochester controlling it at around midfield. As this ball will be sent down. Was looking for Grierson, but not to be found. As Adrian can't control the ball. And coming up near down the near sideline for the Warriors was number 3, Lucas Colecci, and they'll work it back out. Rochester patiently waiting for an opening, passing the ball around. Here come the Warriors, looking for something in the box that will be deflected out. Number 2 with it, that'll be Louis Byrne. Sends it in to number 33, drops it for number 15. His shot is going to go wide, as that was Dominic Nikaj having a look at it, and they're going to say it was deflected out, I believe, off of a Bulldog. They will, and a corner upcoming for Donnell Grierson. Grierson sending the corner in as it's going to be drop back, shot up, and it's going to go too high. As that one went over the crossbar of the goalpost, sitting right above the crossbar of the net. As a great opportunity there for Rochester, however, to knot it up at 1-1, but couldn't do it. As Spencer Brown will send this away. As Adrian will boot it down, looking for it. It is number 6, Combs, and it'll be picked up by Wyatt Chun. Rochester with it. Ball getting deflected out and is trying to work something down the far sideline in front of the visitors' bleachers, and it's going to be deflected out off of the Bulldogs. Possession remains with Rochester. Throw-in coming up is the Warriors are trying to rush down the sideline. That was number 15, Dominic Nikaj, but it'll be a good defensive play by Adrian to at least get the ball out of bounds, and once again deflected out by the Bulldogs. Adrian's defense coming to play today. Really not giving Rochester any breathing room on offense, as it seems like there's 2-3 players swarming to the ball every time. As Spencer Brown coming out of his box to clear that one down. Coming down the near sidelines is number 3, Kolechi, as it'll be deflected out of bounds. Ball stays with Rochester as Louis Byrne will have a throw-in. As he'll take a running start and heave this one into the box, as it's going to be deflected a couple times off of 2 Warriors, but the ball missed high. As Alex Ofimu had a look at it. Adrian's sending it down. And as it's going to fall back to the opposing goaltender. Rochester working around between their defensemen. Ball will be deflected off a midfielder and out of bounds off of Rochester. Adrian with control. Adrian's offense trying to add a little insurance to their lead, being up 1-0, but still with 28:15 to play. Tons of time. Ball in the corner for Louis Byrne. He'll send it over to Ofimu, and he'll just send it out of bounds. Gabriel throws it in, looking for a Bulldog in the box. Couldn't find anyone, but the ball will be deflected back out, as Adrian now will work it around and try to set it back in. Here come the Warriors the other way, sprinting downfield. For the Warriors is number 14, as Donnell Grierson almost outran the 2 Bulldog defenders before it got deflected out, and another corner coming up here for Rochester. corner coming in from Byrne. And it's going to be headed on net, and it's going to be a save by Spencer Brown as Richard Humphrey came cutting from the far side of the box as on the near sideline, but couldn't find the back of the net. Rochester with it and standing out of bounds appeared to be Transow, and he didn't realize it. And once the ball came to him, it was too late, and a sloppy turnover there from Rochester. Coming into the game for Adrian is number 9, Elliot Hughes. As Hughes immediately gets a chance with it as the ball gets deflected out. As that shot is going to be just wide. A golden opportunity for the Bulldogs to go up 2-0. But they couldn't convert. As Rochester breathing a sigh of relief as Dylan Wismont almost had his second of the game. As he's been all over the place in this one. Ball bouncing around. As Rochester couldn't control the ball as Adrian with it, and they'll just send it down. And Chun will pass it over to Byrne. He'll get his pass intercepted, and then he'll come flying in and he'll knock down Brad Squires to the ground. As the refs won't appear to give any further action with a yellow card. As the ref, however, will make Wismont come out of the game and get medical attention as it appears he might be bleeding on his right elbow. As that gets Grant Perrine into the game for Adrian. As the refs now having a discussion with Gabriel, and it looks like they're checking him for blood as well. Clock is stopped with 25:08 to play. Here in the second half, Adrian with the lone goal coming in the second half came from Dylan Wismont, who you just saw come off the field. Number 20 waiting, that's going to be Robbie Precious as he's getting ready to have a free kick and trying to set up one of his Adrian Bulldog teammates in the box. And the refs still having discussions with some Warriors and Bulldogs as some pushing and shoving going on. As we are now ready to get this one back in as the crosser will be sent in but deflected out. And Rochester comes up with it. As a beautiful slide tackle there on defense came from Gabriel. And he'll send it back down to the other corner. As Louis Byrne lost control of the ball. Here comes Pirine. He'll send it down and it gets deflected out. Rochester gaining control as it's going to be Louis Kalechi getting the ball deflected out. Louis Byrne gets a running start and has this overhead pass get intercepted. But the Warriors battling back with the ball as they'll take it back from Adrian. coming down the near sideline and trying to set something up in the middle. As taking a tumble is a Warrior offenseman. And it appears they call a foul on Adrian. I would imagine, as yes, there is a foul on the Bulldogs in Rochester now, with a free kick coming near the box. It's going to be number 15, Dominic Nikaj, getting the look at the free kick. Meeting coming up from 3 Rochester players, and then they'll all disperse. Crosser is sent into the boxes. It's going to be deflected out. Rochester still with possession down the near sideline. As the Bulldogs defense swarms and takes it away. As the pass, however, was too far out in front of Zach Combs. As there is going to be a yellow card being sent out, as it appears number 11, Dayton Rush on Adrian, just got slapped with a yellow card, as he will head to the bench, and that'll bring in number 25, Fadi Sobe. Also, Dylan Wismont comes back in the game. Ofimu will send it away as 2 heads go for it. The Bulldog made contact. However, there will be a foul called. Rochester trying to move quickly, and they will slow it down. This ball sent in as it's going to be deflected out in front of the goalkeepers. It'll be kicked out by a defender, as that could have proven dangerous for Adrian, as the ball was loose for the taking pretty much in the center of the box. As Rochester will turn it over and Adrian will take over possession. Austin Andres comes back into the game for Adrian, taking the spot of Zach Combs. Ball gets deflected out by Louis Byrne of the Rochester Warriors. Ball sent in. Here come the Bulldogs the other way, as they were trying to get something going on offense there, but the Rochester defense comes up with an interception. As Rochester will turn it back over to Adrian. This ball sent down. No offsides calls. Here come the Bulldogs the other way, as the ball will be deflected out, as Austin Andres had a full head of steam there running down the field. Tad Gabriel comes in for the throw-in. This one sent on into the box, gets deflected up, looking for a second player, but couldn't find anyone. As Adrian still with pressure, as they were attempting to clear. It was Rochester. They couldn't, and the shot comes up just wide. Adrian coming close to a 2-0 lead, but just missing wide there on the shot. Wyatt Chun now will have a goal kick to send it away, as it'll be sent down by Louis Byrne. And it'll be picked up by Spencer Brown. Adrian is 19 minutes and some change from improving their best start in program history to go to 6-0, as 5-0 is already their best start in history. And a beautiful move there by number 23, Brad Squires, still with it, and it'll be taken away. As the ball will stay in bounds, as Adrian can't clear it out just yet. And now they will be forced to on the near sideline. And they're going to say it was deflected off of the Warriors, I believe.
In for the Warriors, number 23, Noah Modena. In for the Bulldogs, number 3, Grant Perrine.
Grant Perrine comes in for Adrian and Noah Modena for the Warriors. Rochester will lose control. Here comes Austin Andres the other way, as he will not be able to outrun Louis Byrne for the ball. And Rochester, their defense holding strong there. Rochester has the throw-in coming near midfield. The Warriors working it around, as they really haven't been able to crack this Bulldogs defense at all yet. Spencer Brown controls it, and he'll send it away, and it'll be deflected out of bounds, as Rochester will hold control of the ball. Throw in for Rochester, battle for the ball. The Warriors will come up with it, and a shot sent in. And Spencer Brown making a nice save, having to move to his left. And the score still holds at 1-0. This one sent down by Gabriel into the Warrior zone, but it'll be deflected back out, as Adrian almost with an interception there of Rochester. Here come the Warriors down the other way, and they'll lose control right back. Here comes Austin Andres down the near sideline, coming in with a wide angle, and it'll be deflected out. Number 4 for the Wolves, for the Warriors, playing defense on number 4 for the Bulldogs, as that was Alex Ofimu deflecting it out of bounds. Tad Gabriel, the 5'11" freshman defenseman, will throw it in. This one sent into the box and deflected out by Louis Byrne, as it'll bounce over to Donnell Grierson, who will kick it out of bounds. And Adrian holds possession. Gabriel throws it in, as here comes Squires. He'll send it in, as Austin Andres will kick it through the uprights. And had we been playing football, we'd have a 4-0 Adrian lead, but we're not, as it's going to go above the net and out of bounds, and a goal kick upcoming for the Warriors. Chun sends it away. Deflecting it up was Nikki for the Warriors. No one still with clear possession of it, as the ball gets headed up in the air. Adrian now with it, as they were trying to work it up to either Austin Andres or Brad Squires, but they couldn't. Some good passing being developed here for Rochester as they'll try to work it into the Adrian box. Here come the Warriors as that shot will be sent wide and deflected out as number 23, Noah Modena, recently checked in, had the shot, but it got deflected off of one of his own men and out of bounds. Brad Squires with it as there'll be a foul called as it's going to be on Louis Byrne. McGregor Adams will have a free kick. Let's see if he can get his leg into this one. As it'll be sent down into the Warrior box, headed up and out. Adrian still with an opportunity in Rochester's zone as they're looking for something to develop. As that shot got deflected, as it's Austin Andres had an opportunity at it, but it was a little too far out of his reach. And Rochester will have possession for a moment and a foul will be called, and possession will stay with the Warriors. Free kick sent down into the Adrian zone as Squires will deflect it up as he couldn't get it out of their end as Rochester still had it in a beautiful defensive play as the Warriors were looking to get a crosser into the box. Couldn't get anything going though. As Gabriel will have a throw-in with 12:13 to go in the second half. Adrian trying to win their 6th in a row to start the season as the Rochester, Michigan Warriors, their head coach, Joey Tinian, looking for a little revenge against his old team, being on the Adrian College Bulldogs staff just last year. Luis Pilecki enters for Rochester. Byrne will throw it in as the ball gets deflected into the box, and then it will go out of bounds. And they'll have a goal kick upcoming for Spencer Brown. Brown will send it to midfield as it's going to be deflected. Here comes Squires racing for it. He couldn't pick it up. Rochester controls it. Going down the far sideline as two Bulldogs swarm. No whistle called, and it seemed like a few players on both teams kind of stopped moving, thinking a whistle would be called. None was. And then the ball trickled out of bounds, and Adrian will hold possession. Dylan Wismont comes in along with Logan Thomas for the Bulldogs. As that ball will be deflected, and they will call it out of bounds off of Adrian. Rochester with it in Adrian's zone as the ball will be taken away by Adrian, but they'll send it right back over to Rochester. The Warriors control it. Gabriel with it on the near side. as it'll be sent down the length of the field. There goes Austin Andres. Flag comes up and an offsides will be called. As Austin Andres getting a little too eager there, trying to get behind the Rochester defense. The Warriors working quickly, knowing that time is of the essence. As that ball will be intercepted by the Bulldogs. Here comes Adrian trying to race down. As number 29, Dylan Wistmont, battling for it, couldn't control it. And number 4 for Rochester, Alex Ofimu, sends it down the length of the field. As a beautiful defensive play for Adrian to be able to clear that out of bounds. That was McGregor Adams on the defense. As Ufimu lost control of it, no one near him. As we have more subs coming in for Adrian, it's going to be number 28, Amir Karich, and number 6, Zach Combs checking back in. Once again, Adrian without a blemish on their record this season. Coming in at 5-0-0. Best start in program history is Rochester coming in at 1-2-1. As they're looking to kickstart their season with a big win over an Adrian College Bulldogs team that has been getting national recognition, as they received 49 votes to be in the top 25 in the the national poll on D3Soccer.com. As this has been a Bulldogs team that has been very tough to start this season. Rochester controls as they're trying to work their way across midfield. As Adams will deflect it out, and it's going to be a battle, but ended up winning by number 13, Nathan Transow for Rochester. Spencer Brown will eventually pick it up, and he'll try to waste some clock here as we're approaching 7 minutes remaining in the second half. As Adrian controls the ball at midfield as it'll be sent down. There goes Zach Combs, and he'll be sent down. No foul called. The Warriors control. Here they go down the far sideline. Grierson loses control as Adrian with possession. This one will be sent down as Ofimu trying to control as it'll go into the corner. As it'll go out of bounds right near where they would have a corner, but just on the left side of the flag, so it's going to be a throw-in for Adrian. As Josiah McCleggan checks back in for Rochester. Goal kick coming here for Wyatt Chun, who's played overall a pretty solid game, only one blemish, as Adrian was able to get a 1-0 lead off of a beautiful play by Dylan Wismont. As the handball will be called. Rochester now. Time is not with them. They're going to have to start working quickly. Transow setting up as he's looking to take the free kick. He's got number 2 to his left. That's Louis Byrne. As it'll be Sent down and out of bounds. Discussion going on at midfield, and then Spencer Brown will send it down as the ball will be deflected up and out of bounds off of Louis Byrne of the Warriors. Gabriel passes it in as Logan Thomas sends it back over to Gabriel. Back to Thomas, a little two-man game there. And then Thomas will send it back to his defense. This one sent up, and the header will be deflected over to the goalie, Chun, and he'll send it down. As Adrian controls. The Warriors trying to work quickly as Rochester controls at midfield. That's number 19, Josiah McCleggan. He'll go over to Byrne. Byrne sends it down. It's going to be deflected off of a Warrior, and Rochester controls as they have an opportunity here working down in Adrian territory. As Rochester with a shot on net, getting deflected, but the Warriors still with possession. This one will be sent into the box, and it's going to go over everyone's head, and then it'll be sent out of bounds. So Rochester now starting to get some good pressure on offense. But is it a little too late? We'll have to wait and see. As this throw-in will be sent into the box as they have a header on net and a nice save by Spencer Brown. And now he'll be totally fine with taking a few seconds off the clock before he sends this one down the length of the field. Racing under it was Zach Combs, and it got deflected out as Adrian with possession as that shot on will not be on net, as it'll be sent wide by number 11, Dayton Rush. We are inside 2 minutes to play here in Docking Stadium. Adrian looking to hold on for their 6th consecutive win, coming strong out of the blocks to start this season. As there's a foul called as hitting the ground is going to be number 2, Brennan Koziel. No card awarded, but a hard tumble nonetheless. And a free kick coming up. As it appears McGregor Adams will be the one taking the free kick. As they've got 2 players down there. They got Rush and Adams. Clock is stopped at 1:21, and then it'll start immediately. Adams sends it in from way out of the box, and that one will rifle above the net. As a little one-timer from Rush to Adams, but that missile went high. We have 60 seconds to go here in the second half of play. Rochester now gonna have to do something quickly, but they'll turn it over in their own zone. Here come the Bulldogs the other way, as there'll be a pass into the box, shooting off the post. Almost 2-0, and that pretty much would have sealed the deal. but Rochester's still hanging on by a thread. Wisemont almost had his second of the game. Rochester now. Only 20 seconds to work with. They'll send this in. It'll be deflected out as Rush will send it out, and it's going to be deflected. Rochester with it inside 10 seconds. 6 seconds, 5, foul called. Clock stops with 5.3 to play. Adrian will have the ball. And the clock will start again, and the Bulldogs will hang on for their 6th consecutive win to open up the new season, improving their program best start in history as they go to 6-0-0 as the Rochester, Michigan Warriors fall in a tight one as they go to 1-3-1 as the only goal scored in this one was by number 29, Dylan Wisemont. Coming in the second half as Adrian holds on 1-0.